If there was ever a bite that would transport me to a magical place, it's this one, the taste. It's absolutely exquisite. Love that for me. Today, I'm going to take you to un pueblo mágico, a magical city, through the flavors and beauty of the hibiscus flower. I'm whipping up a hibiscus tostada and shaking up a dreamy hibiscus cocktail. Hola familia, I'm Claudia Sandoval and welcome to La Mesa Mexa on Bite, the place to watch, explore, and cook. Now, if you're wondering what Mexa even means, well, Mexa is essentially just a shortened version of the word Mexican. And I'm proud to be Mexa and extremely proud to be able to share this Mexican table with you. All of today's episode is really focused and inspired on a place that I visited called San Sebastián del Oeste. Un pueblo mágico, a place where I had some of the most incredible and exquisite bites, some of the best cocktails, and had just a revelation about what food can be and is. And that's what I'm gonna share with you today. Now, hibiscus is a flower, and let me tell you, this ingredient is magical, complex, it's incredibly, surprisingly versatile. It can be used not just to create an amazing tea, but also can create an actual dish that is delicious and that everyone can rally around. So I'm gonna take all of these hibiscus flowers and go ahead and drop them into that hot water, and they will submerge themselves, but already you'll start to see this beautiful tint to the water. It doesn't take much time. Now to this, we're gonna add some sugar. Now that we've got our hibiscus flowers reducing, we're gonna move on to the other components of our hibiscus tostada. It is a beet yogurt. Now, this beet yogurt, you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, Mexa, beets, what? But this is where I make this dish my own. So first, we're gonna start with some roasted beets, some yogurt. We'll add a little bit of mint, and then we're gonna add some orange zest. Just the outer edge grapeseed oil, adding a tiny pinch of salt to that. Close that up and blitz. All right. That is looking like it's the perfect texture. So what we do is we go ahead and take our ingredients and we drop them into a zip-top bag. We cut off one corner of that bag and we allow it all to go into that squeeze bottle. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set this off to the side. Now that we've got all of this delicious hibiscus working and it's been steeping for a little bit, I want to continue that steeping for a longer time. I have to tell you, this pueblo mágico that I'm talking about, San Sebastián del Oeste, is truly magical. This place had this excursion that they took us on. They had something that was almost fine dining in aspect, but using ancestral ingredients. And it completely changed, I truly think, the way I cook. It really kind of allowed me to reconnect with my food in a way that I really started to understand, those ancestral ingredients and how they were used. So right now I'm gonna take all of the flowers over and half of the steeping liquid so that this way I'm able to make a syrup. What we're gonna use it for is to create an amazing hibiscus syrup that we can use for a delicious cocktail. To this steeping liquid, what we'll be adding is a little bit of cinnamon, some whole clove, and some anise. And to that, we're also gonna be adding piloncillo. Piloncillo comes in different forms. In fact, depending on what region, it's called a different thing. I won't say what it is because I'll have everyone laughing that speaks Spanish. Piloncillo is the unrefined version of sugar. So it's got a lot of molasses notes in there. What you'll also be adding is the zest of one orange. Only the zest off of that orange. Now, with this low heat, what will start to happen is that piloncillo will start to melt, and you could definitely grate this, but it'll need a little bit of elbow grease. A little patience does the same amount of work. Just with the nice warm heat of the boiling liquid, it's already starting to break up. The cinnamon has now turned a bright red. I'm biased. I have red hair. I obviously like it. All right, now that we've got this to a consistent simmer, we're gonna go ahead and remove all of the spices and all of that orange zest. So we'll take everything out of here and then we'll allow this to continue to simmer until it reduces by about half, which will ensure that we have a beautiful and silky syrup that doesn't change that vibrant color. Now I've reduced the syrup by half. I've given it a couple of seconds to cool down. You can feel it, and it almost has a certain thickness to it. It tastes delicious. This is ready to be decanted. Now, this hibiscus syrup can be used in a multitude of ways. You can add it to top your crepes, your pancakes, whatever it is, but it's absolutely delicious. Oof. Yeah. Love that for me. Now, this cocktail is inspired by the spirit that is made from agave in the Nayarit and Puerto Vallarta region, which is raicilla. I got a chance to visit the place where they make this raicilla and got to experience what it's like for them to break down the piñas. And they put those piñas inside of this huge, like, clay oven and then cover it with more clay that's kind of almost like molding clay and seal it in and allow all of that smoke to concentrate. Now, lemon is my choice for this cocktail, and I'm gonna rim it with a volcanic lava salt. Beautiful. We're gonna take our shaker that already has some ice in it and we're gonna squeeze some lemon juice in here. Cool story. In Mexico, yellow lemon and limes are called limon. Doesn't matter what kind. The only difference is one is limon amarillo, yellow, like my shirt, and the other one is just limon, but they're all limon. Now to our shaker, we're gonna add 1 1/4 ounces of raicilla. Oh my gosh, it's so smoky and so lovely. I absolutely love this spirit. Now you're gonna add 3/4 ounces of that hibiscus syrup in there, 2 dashes of bitters, and then I'm gonna add 1/4 of an ounce of pomegranate juice, just to really balance things out a little bit. And last but surely not least, we're gonna shake. Now some beautiful flower ice cubes inspired by San Sebastián del Oeste. They're so beautiful, I absolutely love them. So just choose whichever ones really kind of sing to you and add them to your glass. Then we're gonna go ahead and serve our cocktail. You've got all of the beautiful colors of all of that hibiscus, the pomegranate with the contrast with that black lava salt on the outside. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. You've got all of the notes of the orange and the lemon juice that's in there. You've got cinnamon and the clove. Oh my gosh, but the taste. It's absolutely exquisite. The raicilla still sings. You've got a tartness, almost like if you were drinking a cranberry cocktail because of that Jamaica, but it's sweet and savory and tastes of the holidays. Now, let's make some tostadas. These hibiscus tostadas are going to be something that is very reminiscent of the way I grew up. My mom would make hibiscus tacos. This, though, is a tostada. Tostadas give you a little bit more texture, a little bit of crunch. And because we already have a soft flour as the main ingredient, I thought it would make a lot more sense to go with the tostada. You know, everybody thinks that Mexican food can't be plated beautiful. It can't be fine dining. Everybody always speaks of Mexican food as though it's just something that should be very cheap. However, a lot of the ingredients that we use require a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of technique. Now, this pan has already been heating on low heat. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of grapeseed oil just to get all of these cooking and coming together. Now, this onion and garlic, I really just want to get a little aromatic. I'm going to get my hibiscus a little closer, and already you can start to see that it's bloomed beautifully. All of these flowers have just really taken on a lot of that liquid and become just supple. Look at that. Now that we've got translucent onion, we're gonna go ahead and drop in our hibiscus flowers. What you're going for here is a quick saute. You're not looking to cook these for a long period of time, right? You want them to really kind of just be themselves. You want them to just shine, be vibrant. Already, this is starting to wilt a little bit, so it tells me that it's ready for the last ingredient. A little bit of brown sugar. We'll go ahead and blend that in. You just want it to come together. It'll almost create like a smooth sauce in there. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of salt, just a tiny pinch, just to balance out that sweetness. So now that this is looking beautiful, I think we're ready to plate. Now I'm gonna be using a blue corn tostada. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple of heaping tablespoons of that hibiscus right to the center. Now to this, we're gonna add a little bit of that beet yogurt, and you're gonna start to create little dots all over the tostada. And what you're going for here is a little bit of beet yogurt in every single bite. Then you'll finish with a little bit of an avocado mousse or crema. In this case, I went with an avocado crema, and there we go. It's looking beautiful. Now I think I'm just gonna add a couple of petals of more flowers. I'm gonna carefully place them just to create some contrast and visual appeal. And you can obviously exclude these. You could use squash blossoms. You could use rose petals. The sky's the limit. And bring back our beautiful cocktail. Garnish to that as well. A little bit of lemon, maybe a flower in there as well, just to hang out. I don't know, guys. This looks incredible to me. It makes me feel like I'm back in San Sebastián del Oeste, in ese pueblo mágico, that magical city that just inspired all of this food today. We'll see you next time on La Mesa Mexa on Bite. Cheers.